Welcome back. Ideally, leadership should have a clear vision of where they want the exchange rate to be, depending on their short-term and long-term objectives. They should ideally diligently work to manage expectations and exceptions as they guide the nation towards that vision. However, where there isn't a clear target, any figure becomes acceptable. Without a defined objective, it is nearly impossible to implement the right policies to support that objective, and the economy drifts aimlessly. This has been the situation for many decades. Also, there must be basic understanding from most citizens about how the country's foreign exchange system works. This forms the basis for meaningful engagement with those who seek their votes.
In the Nigerian story, the majority of the citizenry will have to accept their responsibility for the casualness of how they have treated matters of foreign exchange alongside the government. For very many decades, it's a tale of indifference from the leadership that seems to be blind to the destructive consequences of not having foreign exchange under their control. In the past, when the exchange rates were fixed, the central bank would announce new foreign exchange rates at another period. The casualness of these announcements creates a feeling as if these numbers hold no significance. Citizens absorb these changes without fully comprehending their implications until the outcomes played out in the streets and markets. Since the United States dollar became the world reserve currency, it has become abundantly clear that the primary objective of every nation should be to build a substantial reserve of this currency to meet the country's economic objective and safeguard the value of their local currency. No nation, except for the United States, had the privilege to print these desired dollars. To obtain them, a country had to earn them. A substantial inflow was required for so many other reasons. Failure to do so would place relentless pressure on the scarce US dollars, further devaluing the local currency. Over the years, shining examples like Canada, the United Kingdom, and the Eurozone have maintained the stability of their currencies through a fairly stable exchange with the US dollar. The Canadian dollar has consistently exchanged between approximately 1 and 1.6 to the US dollar for 50 years. The British pound, a symbol of economic resilience, has done the same, maintaining an exchange rate between 1 and 2.5 to the US dollar over the same period. The euro has shown stability with an exchange rate of roughly 1 to 1.6 with the US dollar for many years. These figures aren't mere coincidences. They are the fruits of diligent management, sound economic policies, and visionary leadership. The leaders of the past over many years seem not to have acknowledged that there cannot be real economic progress when the local currency continually loses value. The citizens also need to understand how the system works and how these discussions are handled when they engage the leadership. This keeps the leaders on guard and much more diligent in the focus on issues that could impact the foreign exchange rates.
Citizens must understand the implication of things, and the need to be connected to the effects and possible outcomes of government activities should be strong. It is not enough to set out for one's business every day without bothering about measures undertaken by the leadership in the management of the society. When citizens become appointed or elected to leadership positions, the same mental frame of ignorance or poor attitude dominates in the new position, with the outcome not too different from the one before.